The major planetary changes that happen in the past 2 months that affects your predictions for the next coming year. The slow moving planets, especially like in astrology, there are some planets that are very fast moving, that changes its signs from within 3 days, or some are within 15 days, some are within month. But there are some planets that change the sign around like 1 year, 1.5 years, or even like Saturn is like 2.5 years. So let me tell you what happened, the major changes in last 2 months, and that's will decide your next coming months and year in 2017 and 18. So the first major change that happened in August is Rahu. What happened is Rahu was transiting in Leo, and Ketu was transiting in Aquarius for last 1.5 years. In August, Rahu have moved from Leo to Cancer, and Ketu have moved from Aquarius to Capricorn. This is a major change. So of course it will affect the different signs and it will affect the different signs in a different ways. And also the second major change that happened, and that's a very, very important change, that is Jupiter. We also call it in Hindi, that's Bhrispati. We also call it planet Guru. That's a very important planet, and that's a very beneficial planet that mostly try to help people in different ways, and also is considered a very beneficial planet. There are some planets are malefic, some are benefic. So Jupiter is one of the most benefic planet in astrology. And also, if you consider in our solar system, so Jupiter is around 1,000 times bigger than planet Earth, and we are all on the planet Earth, and that's 1,000 times bigger, and it is very, very important, and it saves the planet Earth in many different ways, because the gravity of the Jupiter is way much bigger because of his huge and magnificent size. So his gravity pull is much more than Earth, so that can save our planet from different like malefic effects of dangers from outer space, like comets, asteroids, or something that will pull it to coming to the planet Earth. So if you see in science also, it saves us in a very different way on the planet Earth. So it is going to change its sign from it was in Virgo from last 1 year or 13 months around. So on September 12th, it is moving from Virgo to Libra, and that going to be, according to a different sign, it will be having a different result for the different ascendants or the different signs. That will be discussed when I will discuss the different the predictions of the different signs. And the third change is the Saturn. As you know, the Saturn is a very important planet. Also, it's a very slow moving planet, and in Hindi we also call it Shani, and in people in India aware of at least this planet, because these planets have a huge kind of malefic, or some kind of people always think something negative about this planet, but actually it's not true. This planet is a very spiritual planet and a strict teacher. Is really going to teach you the things in a right way. That's why the people are afraid of this planet. But this is the most beautiful planet. As you can see, also the planet Saturn have a rings around it, and it is a big planet. It's a very beautiful planet, and it teaches us a lesson. That's true, but in its own way. But as long as your karma is correct and you're doing the things right, and so it's not going to affect you as long as you're doing your responsibility well. Not going to affect you. So what happened is planet Saturn, or in Hindi we also call it Shani, it has changed its sign from Scorpio to Sagittarius in January 2017. But as we already know, maybe we read in the news or TV or somewhere that Saturn or Shani have changed sign. But in April, it retrograde. So now, what is retrograde means? So retrograde means the planets, or in Hindi we also call it vakri. So it means the planets go to the in a opposite direction, or maybe the reverse direction. But actually it's not really moving in a reverse direction, but from the positions at which where we are in the planet Earth, from our perspective, it looks like going in a reverse direction. So that's what we call it in Asian texts. We call it vakri graha or retrograde. So it retrograde in April, and then around in June 2017, it came back from Sagittarius to Scorpio. And in Scorpio, after around August, it become direct again. So in Hindi we call it Margi Graha. So it become direct again in around October, and then August, and then from the direct motion it is keep moving towards the Sagittarius. And around end of October, the Saturn or Shani Graha going to go back into our Sagittarius. So these are your major planets, because they are slow moving planets and they stay in one sign for a pretty long time. So their effects are really very significant and takes a long time. So once if it can be malefic, it can be benefic, depending on your sign, depending on the position of your planets in your horoscope, depending on your dasha and antardasha. So this is going to go back in end of October 2017, back to the Sagittarius. And of course there are another planets, like we have Venus, Mars, and then Mercury, and then we also have like Moon and Sun, even though they are not planets, but in Asian texts, because they have written it as a planet, so we consider the effect as a planets on us. So based on all these planetary conditions, the permutation and combination of planets, or the transits planet, I've made a general predictions from Aries to Pisces. As I said, it's a general predictions. So general prediction, just take it as a general idea, not as an accurate exact it's going to happen to each and every one of us. So from that we are going to start the first sign, that is your Aries. Another last thing I would like to mention is my predictions are based on ascendant, or in Hindi we also call it lagna. So lagna it's not the moon sign, it's not the sun sign, it is not the sign that is based on your name Rashi. That's you have some different names of Rashi. No, it is a ascendant based, or you can say Lagan based Rashi. So if you are not sure what Lagan is or what ascendant is, if you look at your horoscope, if in the first box there is the letter 1, so that means your Aries ascendant. If it is 2, it is Taurus, and so on till Pisces. Even you're still not sure what does it mean, just click on my website there, go to the Learn Astrology section, and also you can go to the you can see your signs from Aries to Pisces 2018 predictions. You can click on my website, you can have a look there. So on that note, let's start our October 2017 predictions.